Hi guys, I'm back with another ball jointed doll update, and I'm going to do the video prompt number 1, which is an introduction to myself and my doll. So I am Jen, my name is Jen, and I like dolls. That sounds really weird. I collect things from like ball jointed dolls, which I only have one of at the moment, to my ever growing, well, still a newbie, but ever growing Monster High collection and Living Dead dolls. So, you know, interested in that. I think I have a few, sorry, my book's slipping. I think I have a few classic Barbies, but I was really foolish and irritating as a child, so my mum just let me take them out of the box, so they're not really in pristine condition at all anymore, which I regret, but that's what I wanted at the time, I suppose. When did I get her? So this hobby for me all started on the 31st of May 2013. She arrived about 6 months after I ordered her. I also have a bit of a story to the ordering, which I'll explain in the where I got her from / brand. But yeah, there's a bit of a story, so technically, yeah, pretty much I got her about 6 months after. Yeah, that's the short story. Oh, I think I had just finished secondary school, so it was in the summer break, I think. But I've got a whole nother video on like the unboxing of her, and I think I go into more detail about those sort of things. So that's linked down below if you want to watch that. The second is, where is she from and what brand is she? I bought her from Tchaiskovsky, from the seller Carol. She has a Facebook page, so look her up. And she also has a really beautiful website from where I purchased Emrys. And the brand she is a resin sole, and she is the model called Wrong. R-O-N-G. Here's the detailed version of the answer to number 1. Before I actually got Emrys, this doll here, I went through about 3 doll cancellations because I was just so confused. It was my new doll, I didn't really know what I was wanting. I wanted something within my budget, but I was just really confused. So the first doll was actually just a head. I didn't realise that. I was like, oh, it's super cheap. It's like, wow, like £80 for a ball jointed doll. It was a head, and I actually think that's a little bit expensive for just a head because it wasn't anything special either. So I quickly, like, well, I kind of had an almost mental breakdown because it was so much money for myself, you know, to put into someone's hand, like have full trust with them and be like, yeah, I want this doll, when it wasn't the doll at all. So after I realised that it was just a head, after talking to Carol, she was very vocal throughout the whole thing, she was really helpful. I cancelled that order. And I then chose a Pixiu. I think it's pronounced Pixiu. P-I-X-I-U. I wanted a girl, and there were only boy models at the time, and they're really cute. They're like these short, stumpy little dolls with dragon wings that came on and off with a magnet, and claw feet, and I think claw hands, and pixie-like ears. And I thought they were awesome, like so cute. But as I said, I wanted a girl for my first doll. I don't know why. I just really wanted a girl, and I realised I wasn't in love with the Pixiu doll. I kind of realised I was just wanting to get it because it was a cheaper price. So again, another cancellation I had to give to Carol. She was so polite about the whole thing though. She realised that, you know, first time buying a doll, you want to get it right. You don't want to have any issues with not loving her or him as soon as they arrive and being like, ah, I waited 6 months and I have no connection, you know. The last doll I got and decided to actually keep was the resin sole Wrong, who I have named Emrys. As I said, I've got a unboxing video already that's already linked down below. I have a link to her model as well with all the body stats and everything if you're interested in buying her. But yeah, Tchaiskovsky, Carol, the owner or like, you know, shipper and stuff, was absolutely awesome. Constant emailing, it was epic, it was awesome, and I felt more at home when she was talking to me. I understood more what was going on, and yeah, that was pretty much the story to how I got Emrys. It wasn't very interesting, and I'm stuttering a bit because it was a little while ago, you know. It's almost 2015 now, my brain does fade a bit. So the last question is about her name and backstory. Now I've already got a video explaining the backstory, which, well, a kind of brief backstory, which I've also linked down below if you want to watch that. But I have some further notes on that. I'm just going to read it to you. It's more notes on the world rather than her specific line of backstoryness. So on her home planet, Elixir, time stops the body from growing older at the age they will be the most powerful in mind, body and spirit. But you can tell through the eyes how old each person is, or each elf. I don't think that's going to really work reading that back now, I don't think it's the strongest storyline idea, but that's just a further note, so I realised I didn't explain in the last video, so I thought I'd just throw that in as well. About her name now, Emrys Soul. So Emrys means immortal, and I thought that was awesome, seeing as she's got elf ears, which you can't see, and I knew I wanted her storyline to be something to do with elves. And Soul, it's actually the perfect fit because it's like Immortal Soul, but I just took that from her brand name, which is Resin Soul. I was going to go for Emrys Resin, but I thought, no, sounds a little bit too normal, and then I was like, oh my god, Emrys Soul, that just makes perfect sense. So yeah, that's my wavelength for her name, and that's the end of this video. Again, apologies, it was very scattery, I don't know, I get really nervous when I do ball joint doll videos, I really don't know why, but yeah. Bye!